So everyone's been sleeping on Karen Page this week. She's been out for a few days and I was feeling the same, until I found this deck that changed my mind. So Karen Page is a 4/5 that reads, on reveal, give one of your 1, 2 and 3 cost characters +2 power each. So this card is, as you could probably expect from what everyone's opinions have been so far, kind of mid. I did a poll the other day that, well, majority ended up saying that she's not it, and the other half of the majority almost was everyone saying that they haven't tried her. So I think overall public opinion on her is quite low. And this is a couple of the decks that I was going to try out with her. So this is the first deck. It is basically just the toxic deck that I ran before. I ran this one a while back now. I think back when I started getting into Snap YouTube, which was like November last year. And this deck is relatively the same. It's just got Cosmo in it and Karen Page now. Cosmo because the meta kind of needs a Cosmo, and Karen Page because she's in it for the video. I'll be honest, when I played her in this deck, I think she just made it worse. There's never really a time I felt like I'd rather play her over playing Malekith or Wiccan, which is unfortunate, really. I think this is my 7th time recording this intro. 2 times now I haven't been recording. 1 time I had an abysmal loss. Another time my opponent retreated right away. It's been a wild chain of events, honestly. I'm feeling close to doing one of those videos where they just like, is Karen Page cursed? Oh, Karen Page. Can Karen Page bail us out? Find out on this episode of Is Karen Page a good card? Oh, Karen? Oh? Oh, the Luke Cage actually flipped it. I can't believe that. That is actually such a pain. Can Karen finally pull us back when we have a hospice on our side? Well, I can actually just prevent Chamber from going off. Did I calculate it wrong? I did, didn't I? I feel like I need to just give up. Do I just play Karen? Honestly. I think my other plays are that great. Ah, screw it. Honestly, I've bailed out of enough games at this point that I might as well sit one out. Please hit something on the right. It actually just hit. Are you serious? Oh my. This is painful. So my next deck was my very skilled deck. If you've been around for a while, you might have seen this from when Prowler released. I had a bit of a cook where I'd use Merlin and clear. Marvel Boy procs clear, then you have Deafening Chord, and Nicholas Scratch then gets buffed from all these spells. Quacking Taurus is in there for all the spells as well. You've got Werewolf bouncing around, then Prowler triggers off of that. There's a lot of 1 cost, 2 cost, and 3 cost cards in here that could utilize buffs, so I thought Karen Page, why not? This deck performed slightly better than the other one, but yet again, I felt like it would just be a better deck if Karen Page wasn't in it. Which leads me on to, finally, RezSnapper's deck. So I checked out his video, and this deck is pretty much the same as his deck. I just swapped Scarlet Spider for Wong. I used to run an Atlantis deck where I would use Frankie Rainover because I believed she was underpowered. This feels like a greatest hits of like November to December last year when I was getting started with this, because I made everyone is like downplaying Frankie Ray. I think she's actually better than people think. But anyway, that's against the point of the deck. I recommend checking out Rez's video if you want a better breakdown on this deck. But it is a lot of buffs. And then you have Aurora in here because there's just like on reveals, activates. I threw Wong in as well. Felt like ongoing could also make sense. It's a really fun deck. Most of the time I think my playline was some cards on the first turn, Wong, Nomura, Odin, and most of the time that scared people off. I think that's what these decks tend to do a lot. However, Karen Page offers an alternative solution if you don't draw Nomura, for example. Just play Karen Page and give like a bunch of buffs to other cards, and Odin can then work on top of it. A really fun deck, and definitely the one that formed the best for me. It was within the 70% win rates, but to be fair, I jumped through multiple decks just trying to find which one could work, and this was the one that did the best, so I don't have a huge sample size for each of these decks. However, I am almost at infinite, so all of the people I'm playing against are real players, and I decided to make my Karen Page video when I was at rank 99, and have now dropped down to rank 96, so it's going to be a little bit of a climb. I might make a video soon on a variation of the Daredevil deck I made recently. That is the deck I'm using to climb, believe it or not. It is performing really, really well, and when I make it to infinite and however far I climb, I definitely want you guys to be able to get a bit of a better variation because I have changed a few cards in the deck. But yeah, this video is not about that, it is about Karen Page. I'm sure you're going to love this one. I don't know how many highlights I have of this card, but if you want to stick around until after the gameplay, I'll do my review on the card, and yeah. If you guys do enjoy the video, please drop a like and a subscribe, and be sure to check out Rez's channel. And I'll speak to you all after the gameplay. Okay, when in doubt, I have turned to the biggest... Okay. I have turned to the biggest believer in Karen Page, RezSnapper, and we're going to try his deck. Hopefully I get out of this hellhole that I've been stuck in with this card. This deck seems pretty fun. I've enjoyed some Atlantis gameplay in the past. These locations aren't really helping me very much with this game plan, however. Feels like if anything it's kind of doing the opposite. Might have to rely on Aurora to be our savior. Okay. We'll do Lasher, Awesome Andy. I'll save the Maverick buffs. We're up against an interesting deck. Ah, Human Torch, okay. They're actually just bouncing that thing all over the place. Okay, we might be in a little bit of trouble. This is the best I can do, but if they play a... whatever the guy's called, the 6/9 that splits your power, Living Tribunal, we could be in for a rude awakening. He's Hercules. Yeesh. Okay, we might actually be okay, you know. Well, I mean, I think we are okay. Wow. Big stats. This is the first time with this card I've actually felt like I'm getting somewhere. Okay, we've got Awesome Andy. Would be nice to get a 3-drop. This was the consistency worry I had with Karen Page. Sinister London again? Interesting. They're getting my Odin, so they might have a rough idea what I'm up to. They have Aurora. Or they could have got my Aurora as well, to be fair. Now, we could go full into Karen Page. The downside there is that I don't have a 1-drop or a 3-drop down. Well, there's a 1-drop. Meaning we could buff up maybe the middle location quite a bit. I'm gonna go Mega Karen here. But best not Cosmo me. Why did I have to say it? Okay. Do I just play Aurora here because I know it's more than likely safe? Instead of trying to bait for the extra stats? Not feeling too confident about this one. Oh yeah, should definitely not feel confident. If it wasn't for the Cosmo, we could have had a crazy one though. Damn Venom enthusiast. Oh, we have been granted free Wong costs. And they have made our cards cheaper? What do we do to get this blessing? Ah, Storm's coming. I wondered why they didn't play that for a second. And then I realized. Kinda feel confident snapping. They're probably just going to play Storm here, which means I am safe from Cosmo. So I can just Namora on the left. Yeah, they did Viv. Well, funnily enough, I can actually stop Viv. Just about, anyway. That is if they don't play something here, which they likely do. Guess they don't. This is cool. Very cool, actually. I just feel safe enough Odining here. Because I could drag the game out. But if I were to do that, the Namora wouldn't work anymore, so...
Are ye worthy?
Yep. I was going to say, I don't think these decks tend to run any tech cards, so they're actually pretty good. Right, the Taco Truck is actually pretty useful. We can do Lasher, Sebastian, Wong, Namora. Just kind of got to see what they're playing. Looks like Techno-Organic Virus. In which case we might be just okay, you know. We might be okay. Against Cosmo. I don't feel super confident though. I feel like that card's running almost like a 50% play rate. That's better than them actually hitting Odin. Otherwise my combo wouldn't work. Okay. Wong, Namora, Aurora. Wong, Namora, Aurora. Yeah? They have Cosmo, we are screwed. If they snap when I play Wong, we probably should retreat. Or we call their bluff. Either one is fine by me. I'm expecting Adam Warlock, or Techno-Organic Virus, or Starbrand, or anything along those lines. actually fine. But I do realize that is the tech card they play in these decks. We have Karen Page. Almost feels like that might be relevant. If I draw America Chavez, it might be quite nice. Otherwise, Aurora, I think, is just flat out better. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's actually more than fine. It's always Odin now. With that outcome. Is Aurora ever better? Not really. She's not buffing the right side more than just Odin's stats would. And Karen Page, unfortunately, as much as we're trying to make it work, would be even less useful, so. Nice. Oh, interesting. 3 really awkward locations. Yeah, I don't tend to have good stats off the back with this deck, so Krakoa isn't going to be backed up by anything super useful. Maybe we just get rid of Volmir. Then maybe we get Wong, you know? Do Wong, Namora, Odin, or... Guess not. This is also fine because they could just play Negasonic here. Yep. This deck really wants priority, so... Doing this kind of messes with them, but they've got a lot of buffs from Viv, which is a little bit scary. This goes to 9, and I use Lasher. Maybe I do it to prevent the Viv and Ascani Sun stuff. They usually want priority, but we'll see what Ascani Sun gives them. It's a little bit of a scary game.
Are ye worthy?
Is this going to be Debris? Oh, I hope not, because if it is, they win. Okay. That was a relief. Literally 1 point under. Okay, we have 2, 3, 4 here. In double Sebastian Shaw's power. Or Maverick. I'm actually not sure which one I deem better here. Maybe Maverick, because then Maverick could just give the power to Sebastian Shaw. Dakin is a little bit scary though. I was thinking if I were to draw America Chavez, Karen Page might have been nice. I could also just play her anyway. Next turn. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Oh dear. Everyone's favorite card. Public Enemy #1. I think at this point we sort of just hope that they don't play created cards. It seems like it might be tricky for them to do so. Namora is sort of just better here. Ah, they're actually put here in the middle. Okay. Gambit probably isn't going off. Which means I can win this by combining Aurora with Agony. Just depends if they play like Modok, you know, and Morbius goes up. We'll only go up to 8, to be fair. Okay, this, yeah, I was gonna say that might not actually be too bad. Wow, well, we're actually pulling things off. Oh, I was about to say that's a nice little boost on turn 1, and then we draw 1 drop. Oh, interesting. Ah, they're actually an end of turn deck, okay. This is cool. Do we expect Bruce to Hulk out though? If Bruce hulks out, we could be in trouble. He's 14 power. We will see. Can we get the Mega Karen page down here to maybe save our ass? Mega Karen page alert. Not that it mattered. I realised the end of turn wouldn't go off in time.
Victory.
Well. Carried. So, Karen Page, what are we thinking? Honestly, I can see the complaints why people think this card should be a 4/6. I mean, the synergy with Daredevil is also there. I do think she's kind of underpowered. Would it kill them to make her give one of your 1, 2, 3, and 4 cost cards plus 2 power? I don't know. Maybe not. Because the exact issue I had with her in my review was consistency. Now, I did try that Toxic deck because it ran Domino and Quicksilver, so I was like, well, maybe if you're guaranteed to have a 1 or 2 drop out there when Karen comes down, then something could work. Sadly not, it seems. And another thing I saw is people saying every deck she's in, she makes it worse. Now, I'm not necessarily saying the Atlantis deck she makes worse, because that is an alternative solution to Namora. I think that is a deck she works quite well in, and I do applaud Rez for finding that. However, I do think in general I'm going to have to stick to the low rating I gave her. I think I might have given her a 2 stars, I'm not too sure. I think maybe it's closer to 1.5. I have to check back in my review to actually see. I know that once the year comes to a close, I'm going to go back and check all of my reviews. Maybe halfway through the year, I'll see, depending on how much has shifted since then, which, to be fair, the season passes have been insane since the start of the year, so it's going to be an interesting one to look back on. So, thanks for watching, and I will speak to you all next time.